What's up guys, it's Nicole and today I am here with an update video. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. Maybe not, I don't know. I always assume you guys have questions, but nobody really asks them. I just assume that you have questions. I don't know, either way. So for today's video, I'm going to be updating you guys on just basically what's been going on with us. So if you aren't with the memo and you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically we were evicted again. And when I say again, like, I don't want you to get the wrong idea if you're just like clicking on this video and have no idea who I am. Like, every eviction that we've gotten, which this will be the second one, every eviction we've gotten has always been a no cause, or it's not on our part, it's on the landlord's part. Our landlords are homeless, and so they are kicking us out of our house and are moving back in the house. From what I know, and this is all word of mouth, so this right here is, you know, this is not for sure, this is not a for sure thing, this is just what I've heard. So I heard when we first moved into the house that my landlord and her husband were moving into was not actually their house, because they moved from here into a really nice house down by the beach. And apparently my landlord's husband, his mother just passed away not too long ago, and so it was her house and they were moving in. But I heard from a coworker who knows my landlord's husband, like they're related through marriage or whatever. She told me that the house they moved into was not their house and that it belonged to another family member. Like, it got passed down to another family member, and that my landlord and this guy and her husband just swooped up on the house before it went to rightful owners. And at first I was like, I don't know about that. I hope that's not true, you know, because we learned about this like when we moved into the house. And then a couple months after we moved into the house, then my landlords were like jumping from RV park to RV park, so they were no longer living in the house that they were in, and they were now like jumping from RV park to RV park to RV park and doing that life. And we just assumed that it was because they, you know, what my coworker told me was true, and that they actually didn't belong in the house that they were supposed to be living in. So, you know, back then somebody had mentioned like, oh, you guys might want to, you know, try finding a different house, because if they're homeless, it's not going to be long before they, you know, kick you guys out of the house. And we're like, oh yeah, I hope they're not that shitty of people. But lo and behold, here we are, and our landlords are homeless and are kicking us out. We have until October 1st to be out. Now that you're all with the program, I'm going to let you know, or let you in on what you also might have missed if you didn't watch my last vlog, which my last vlog was 18 minutes long, so I don't really expect everybody to watch the full thing, and that's like at the end is when I updated people about what's going on with my landlord. But if you watch my last vlog was not only about going back to Nevada and, you know, reuniting with my family. It was super awesome, but it wasn't only about that. It was also about how when we got back, then we realized that because, okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself, sorry. Before we left, my landlord had asked us if it was okay with us if she moved into our front yard. And when she asked this, she asked if she could, you know, move her trailer into our front yard and take $150 off the rent for the month of September. So when she said that, I thought that she meant she was going to move in on the 1st of September and that it would be one trailer. But when we got back, we realized, and also I also gave her permission to, you know, feed and water the animals, which, now that I think about it, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that she was going to be coming sooner, because she offered to feed and water the animals while we were gone. So either way, I gave her permission to feed and water the animals while we were gone, which, if you don't know, our animal area is like right at the front door. Like, once you walk into the house, the animal area is right there. There's no reason for you to go past that area if you're just feeding and watering the animals. We came back from our vacation, and she had moved 4 trailers into the yard, which it looks like a literal shit show over there. Like, it just looks like crap over there, because they literally parked all of their stuff, like they're camping literally right outside my bedroom window. That's kind of awkward, but way to kill the mood, guys. We realized, so that was automatically frustrating, you know, because when she asked to move in, you know, she mentioned one trailer. Like, she didn't really give a specific amount, but she said, can I move my trailer into the yard? And then we come back and there's like 4 friggin' trailers, and she's got her fans plugged in, which we told her she could, but then she also plugged in like a mini fridge and then other miscellaneous items that she needs, you know. But it's like, why didn't you like mention those things? We also come back and start to realize that she had been in the house. Like, she was using our fridge, like she put food in our fridge while we were gone. She used our shower, which she later admitted to, and then she used our couch and TV while we were gone, which she also admitted to. She just totally overstepped her boundaries while we were gone, and that was automatically really frustrating. But then once we got back and I started realizing like all the other stuff that she was doing, like she like was using because also let me just put out there that we kind of let the yard go. Like we kind of let it get weedy, you know, like it's not like the grass was really long, there was just a lot of weeds, but our lawnmower broke and we don't have any means of like taking care of it. So we were in the process of trying to get it taken care of when we got evicted, and after we got evicted, then I didn't really feel any need or desire, motivation, anything like that to keep up on the lawn. I was more so worried about, you know, trying to find a new place to live. She kept filling up, like she was going through and taking care of the yard, because that's the other thing, is she offered to take care of the yard while she was here, and since we don't have the stuff to do it, I was fine with that. But she was like going through and like taking all these weeds and like literally filling the freaking trash can. Like we have like a big old dumpster trash can that we pay to have picked up every week. She kept filling up the freaking trash can, you know, before we could. There was one day that she asked if she could invite her nieces to stay the night, so I figured, yeah, that's fine. And I figured that, you know, they might stay the night in like one of the 4 trailers that they had. But when her nieces came over, they had like her nieces and their dad, which we didn't know who the man was, but there was just this random ass man in our yard, and they like, you know, they're not in their area, they like go in our backyard. After she said that she was gonna have her nieces stay the night, like we noticed that they had set up like a tent in our backyard, and it's like, guys, I feel like we don't even live here anymore. Like you guys are setting up tents in our backyard. And then she went and bought chickens and put them in our chicken coop in the backyard. We've got chickens running around. They have like this big dog that they had running around our yard and stuff, which our dogs don't like big dogs, you know, so we couldn't let our dogs out and stuff. And it's just like all this crazy stuff, and we're still paying, you know, rent. So that was my point, was like, you know, dude, like you're way overstepping your boundaries and we are still paying rent. So eventually, long story short, it got to the point 4 days after we got back, it got to the point where, you know, enough was enough. And Zach, my friend Zach, actually, you know, said something, you know, because, well, he didn't say anything. So this is what happened. So 4 days after, you know, after we had gotten back from vacation, I had just gotten home from work. I'm sorry, my hair is a mess, but when I get worked up, I'm just gonna say, when I get worked up, like sometimes I like break out in hives. Like nothing's wrong with me, I just have really fair skin, so I like try and cover it up with my hair, and then I get even hotter and I just look like a weirdo. So I just have to say I'm sorry. So I had just gotten home from work, and they had filled up my trash can again with the weeds and stuff. So Zach, you know, he was really irritated about it too, so he like went out there, like took it upon himself to go out there, and he dumped the weeds into the burn pile that they have in the backyard. And so my landlord approached him all like, you know, messed up, you know, like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Who the hell do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. So Zach, you know, like snapped at her and was like, dude, like you don't even pay for this trash. Like Nicole and Sean pay for this, so what the hell? Immediately that just like sparked like, you know, my landlord's defenses. Like she started like, you know, talking about, oh well, it's their job, they need to pay for it, they should have taken care of the lawn, so they need to pay for it, they're gonna pay for it because they should have taken care of it, blah blah blah, you know, like saying like she's basically gonna make sure that we pay for the weeds that we didn't, you know, take care of. But you know, she offered to stay to help us with the lawn because we don't have a freaking lawnmower right now. Yeah, so I go out there because I hear her screaming at Zach, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So that's when I basically, you know, that's when we got into it, and it was like a big thing. Like she was like flipping the hell out on me, like, because I told her that I wasn't down with this anymore. I told her, like, dude, you either, like, I told her everything that I just told you guys about how, you know, she's way overstepping her boundaries and stuff. And I told her, like, that I feel like she's using us, and that she, you know, told us, you know, I feel like we give her an inch and she takes a mile, you know. And I felt like I was talking to a freaking child. Like, it was ridiculous. But yeah, so I told her that she either needs to get out and we'll pay her full rent, or we will, or she can stay and we won't pay her rent. And those are the options I gave her. And she didn't like that very much, so she starts like threatening to evict us in 24 hours, and I was like, you're full of shit. Like I straight just laughed at her and told her, like, you can't do that. Like, we didn't do anything, dude. You're the one that's like overstepping your boundaries. The next day, after everybody had cooled off, then we sat down and we had like a conversation between me, her, and Sean, because Sean wasn't there when this whole thing went down. So we sat down and had a conversation between me, her, and Sean, and we were able to compromise, because the messed up thing is like, if it were my way, I totally would have just told her to get out, like, get off my lawn, get out of my hair, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is on the lease, it says that, you know, like, we agreed to take care of the lawn, so that's what she keeps using against us. Like, we can't kick her out without kind of screwing ourselves over, because we agreed to take care of the lawn. So if we kick her out and she's not there to take care of the lawn, then we have to take care of the lawn, and we don't have the means to do it. And honestly, I'm just not trying to stress about the freaking lawn right now. It helps out a lot that she's taking $150 off the rent, which I did try to get her to take off more, but she would not agree to that unless we took full responsibility of the lawn, which, like I said, we don't have the means to do. So yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is we were, you know, we came up with a compromise where, you know, we're still doing the same original plan, you know, but I guess she's just going to communicate with us. Like, you know, she's not going to overstep her boundaries, but it just kind of sucks. Like, it's such a shitty situation. I'm just ready to get out of here. So now I'm going to let you guys know what's going on with, like, our plans. Like I told you guys in the last vlog, if you didn't watch it, then Sean and I, so when I was in Nevada, I came into contact with one of my grandparents' friends, and their friend owns a doggy daycare, and they are having trouble keeping people, and you know, they can't find reliable people, and that's not even a problem for me. Like, that's like the least of my problems. That's actually one of my strengths, is being super reliable. My grandpa talked to the dude or whatever, and I've been trying to get a hold of him the last couple days, because from what I heard is that, you know, Sean and I both could get jobs there. That's what, like, my grandpa was saying. But I've been trying to call the doggy do place to actually, like, talk to the dude and, like, introduce myself, but I've called, like, literally 5 times. I'm not even joking, like 5 times in the last 2 days, and I haven't gotten anybody. Like, it always goes to voicemail. So that's kind of the plan, is like trying to get a job there, because we have a family friend in Nevada who is more than willing to let us come live with them, because I guess she was like best friends with my mom when my mom was my age, and back then my mom gave her and her kids a place to stay, you know, and it was totally like nothing, you know, because they were best friends and stuff. So she's like totally like super gung-ho about getting us to move in with her, because, you know, my mom did the same thing for her when she was my age, and then plus she knows that if I go down there and I move down there, then my mom's not far behind, and my mom's even told us that, you know, that if we move down there, then she's moving down there. So that's kind of the plan. Right now we do have a place to go if we move back to Nevada. So that's not the problem with moving back to Nevada. I just want to make sure that we have jobs. At this point, it's kind of looking like, you know, we're going to end up back in Nevada. Yeah, that is all I have to update you guys on. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to ask them, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But I just want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support. It really means the world to me. So thank you so much. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Bye.